Hello everyone and welcome to another game of World of Warships. Today we are watching WEX 25 in the mighty Montana, a tier 10 US battleship. I have found this replay on wowreplays.com and I'll put a link in the video description. It was a truly amazing game, so I thought I'd make a video about it. Now, WEX 25 here is on the map Tears of the Desert in a standard battle. And I guess there's some good news. The enemies only have one tier 10 battleship, and there aren't that many destroyers around. There is no carrier. So I guess it's looking rather decent. One of the enemy destroyers is Lamu. I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce his nickname, but he is a World of Warships streamer, and he also makes YouTube videos, and he is a very good player. Yeah. There's also more good news. There is a friendly destroyer who is saying he will stay in front of the battleship and screen for enemy destroyers. That's always what you'd like to see, especially since there are no carriers who can spot things. If you have a friendly destroyer positioned in the front, the enemy destroyers can't get that close without getting spotted, so you have advance warning when there are torpedoes coming. And the enemies might have to launch torpedoes from very far away, which gives you a lot of time to maneuver. There is also a friendly cruiser here in the front, although as a cruiser you will most likely get spotted, and the way he's currently sailing, he's kind of showing broadsides to the enemy ships there. And yeah, he is detected, so he will probably have to move away from there fast. Oh, there is also an enemy cruiser who has been detected, and yeah, the enemy is already maneuvering. He's under fire from one of those friendly ships here, and yeah, he probably won't survive that turn. It's always the problem if you have to turn your ship around. You are forced to show broadside for a little while. And if you're facing battleships, that might happen. Now the Hindenburg is still alive, but he was heavily damaged. Maneuver. Now there are some enemy battleships ahead, but there are 3 friendly tier 10 battleships here, so enemies might be a bit outgunned. There is an enemy destroyer here, so would expect torpedoes to come through this channel. That friendly Benson has beached himself. He probably was focused on that destroyer and might not have paid that much attention, which will turn out bad because there are torpedoes incoming. So that's sad because it was the destroyer who said he'd screen for the friendly battleships. There is still a destroyer left. But the other friendly destroyer seems to be retreating right now. He was probably spotted by the enemy. Although I think they destroyed the enemy destroyer. Oh, it's still looking rather decent, I guess. And look at that, there is a Torpid who is not moving a lot and showing broadside. You don't want to do that when you're facing tier 10 battleships. And, well, he didn't take that much damage, so Torpid's got a bit lucky there. Now there is still a large friendly force here in the north who is moving down south to reinforce battle here. I guess most of the enemies are down here as well, so seems like there isn't much issue with leaving the north unguarded, although you always want to keep an eye on your cap. You don't want an enemy to sneak around and just cap you, and you're all down here out of position. There are still a lot of ships here close to the cap, so I guess they could maybe even push here, meet up with those, and then take the whole team down here. We will see how it turns out. Hey, there is a Hipper who is currently showing broadside. Let's see if we can get some nice hits here. Yep. We know there is one enemy destroyer up here. We don't know exactly where the second enemy destroyer is. Friendly destroyer is here moving in the front, which is nice, so he should provide some protection if there was an enemy wants to shoot torpedo. Ah, there is this second enemy destroyer. So that destroyer might have wanted to catch those reinforcements, but friendly destroyers are in the front, so it's hard to ambush this fleet, I guess. And look at that. Rex has found another cruiser who is kind enough to show his broadside. Well, it was disappointing. Obviously he will very soon have a problem here. There are a lot of enemies in front of him. He can't keep pushing in there. He has some support, but he probably really wants to wait for the main force here in the north to arrive. And well, yeah, he is turning his ship around, but while you are turning around, you are forced to show broadside. And yes, sure, you can wait until an enemy ship has fired and turn afterwards, but with so many ships, you will never have a window where they are all reloading. And it's not like a Montana turns that fast. But while he did get damaged, it's still looking rather good.
Problem solved, sir.
Now, well, he has a decision to make where he wants to drive his ship next. Well, obviously you wanted, in this situation you might want to go north, meet up with your main force here, and if you're in a middle position you can engage those ships and you can defend your cap if necessary. Problem is, if he goes straight north here, he is forced to show his broadside to all of those ships. And currently that's not really a great decision. But if he doesn't want to show broadside to those ships, he has either to go straight at them or go away from them. And none of these options looks that tempting either. Well, I guess the good news is that some of those ships, they are already heading north here. And this battleship is very close to this friendly destroyer, so I'm guessing the enemy battleship here won't survive that long. After that, there's probably a window of opportunity where you can just here go north. Those ships are already rather far away, and they might be engaged with other friendlies.
I need fire support.
Yep, I think this North Carolina will get torpedoed here. Well, never mind that, or he just gets citadeled. And the Hindenburger Tirpitz, they're all showing broadside. Seems to be going for the Tirpitz. Well, the Tirpitz isn't moving that fast, so I'm guessing he's the easier target to hit. And he's also already damaged. So yeah, there you go. Nicely done. So the enemy destroyer is here in the front trying to make something happen, but there is still a friendly destroyer to prevent the enemy destroyer from getting too close. And there is also an enemy destroyer was an enemy destroyer in the cap circle. It seems the friendly team dealt with him. There is still a cruiser here pushing from north, but there should be enough up here to defend. And Wax 25 here, I'm guessing he is now going here in a middle position where he can help out the attacking or defending as needed. And it looks really good so far. Right now they are winning, I guess. Oh, he's kind of showing broadside to this. He's already in the process of turning a little, I think. Yeah, he'll spread out his shots in the hopes of hitting the Hindenburg. I mean, one shell could be enough to... that shell, but... there you go. Little bit of overkill with a Citadel hit. But another cruiser dealt with. Yeah, so this is very likely going to be a win. Don't think the enemies can make something happen. Now there is a desperate push here in the north, but there is still more than enough here to defend. And I think it's far too late for them to make anything happen there in the north. The friendly force down here will probably soon push simply towards the cap. There aren't really enough ships here to stop them, so they could just go in there and cap. And yeah, they've lost a friendly destroyer here in the north, but there are still 2 cruisers here, and the enemy cruisers, they think they changed their mind about assaulting and decided to just go back and maybe defend. He's currently showing his broadside towards the enemy Montana, but I guess he really wants to go up here in the north, and he wanted to prevent the push from the enemy cruisers. I think they've turned around by now, but there's still 1 cruiser up there, and it never hurts to be in a position where you can defend. And he got another 8 hits in the Citadel. Look at that, there is an enemy Atago. Now the Atago has 10-kilometer torpedo range, and the way the Atago is driving, I'm guessing he's trying to fire his torpedoes, but he is also showing broadside in the process, and it really hurts if you show your broadside to a 10 battleship. Oh, X-25 is turning here. He's probably trying to avoid any torpedoes coming from that direction. And I guess it's a nice bonus. He's angling against the Montana that's still somewhere around here. And the enemy Atago was like at more or less maximum torpedo range, so all he needed to do was not to drive any closer towards the Atago, and he should be safe from torpedoes. And look at that, there are torpedoes incoming. Now those torpedoes, he probably wouldn't be able to avoid that one, but wasn't necessary. Yeah, 10-kilometer torpedo range. It got pretty close here. Oh, there is a Des Moines pushing the friendly cap. There is 1 cruiser here to defend, but against the Des Moines probably needs some help. The other friendly cruiser, I guess, is also driving north here helping, and of course X-25 himself. Looks like the Des Moines is showing broadside currently now. There is still an island in the way. Pretty soon he can probably hurt this innocent kitten. It's a nice nickname. And that was surprisingly little damage. So I guess the innocent kitten lives on for now. Des Moines will probably die with the next salvo. He's even burning now, and there are 3 ships shooting at him. There you go.
Enemy cruiser found
Now there are only 3 enemies left, and at this point it's just a matter of cleaning up. The enemies currently don't even have a way to like sneak past and capture, as this Des Moines was currently trying. So it looks really bad for them. Friendly team has started capping. Now there is still a destroyer around here somewhere. Yeah, probably the destroyer will go back and try to reset the cap, maybe torpedo people in there. Oh, I'm surprised that this Montana keeps driving north here. I would have probably turned around here already and tried to shoot the people in the cap. But I mean, it's not like he much. The enemy Sao is currently showing his broadside, and let's see how that turns out for him. Now there is a friendly cruiser here who got destroyed, and hey, there is the destroyer hiding behind an island. There's some smoke. There could be torpedoes coming from that direction. Then again, I guess the destroyer is more concerned with the people in the cap circle. Well, another hit, but the Sao is still alive and kicking. Look at that, there is an enemy Montana showing broadside. Well, yeah, I guess the enemy Montana is turning. He has realized that, first of all, there isn't much point in driving into the corner of the map, and second, he doesn't want to show his broadside to an enemy Oh, okay, maybe he does. So this looks like a pretty interesting battle between 2 Montanas. Now the enemy Montana is trying to keep his ship angled right now. And there still is the Sao. I think he's shooting the people in the cap circle currently and trying to decap. He's probably hoping that Wax here is focusing on the Montana, but no such luck for him. And yep, the Deering is... Well, I think he is trying to support his only remaining teammates, so he is shooting Wax here. And yeah, here comes the showdown between 2 Montanas. I think the enemy Montana has lost his turret. And... well, there goes the running kill. You can see the enemy Montana's turret. I think it was destroyed. So... 2 Montanas sinking side by side. They are truly beautiful ships. And it was truly an amazing battle played by Wax25. Now the match timer is almost over. And this is obviously a win. Now let's take a look at the results. Wax25 managed to get 4,180 base experience. That's a lot of experience. It was very well played by him, and it was truly a pleasure to watch this battle. He managed to score 9 Citadel hits, obviously got high caliber, he got Confederate, he got Kraken. And yeah, he managed the flooding with the ramming in the end. Over 800,000 credits received, and he managed to do 347. That's a lot of them. So I really enjoyed watching this replay, and I hope you did as well. I see you guys next time.